Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Just to double check, can everybody hear me? If you please type a quick yes, that will be appreciated. How's everyone doing today? Did you have a good weekend? Hello to those who just joined from YouTube. We are ready to start now. As usual, guys, this webinar are for general information only, and there is no personal advice involved. Okay, so just to make sure before we start, you subscribe to the Telegram channel so you don't miss any market updates, and whenever we go live, you're going to get informed 30 and 10 minutes prior. Also, for those you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, yes, please make sure you subscribe so you get notifications when we go live. And also you can comment on the videos we upload. And at the end of this live streaming, if you liked it, I'll appreciate if you give us a thumbs up on the video as well. So still running the promotion about the spreads. And as I said last week, if you're an intraday trader, please make sure you take advantage of that as well, because it's 20-25% down all the spreads now. This week ahead, we have some news events. They're gonna kick on from tomorrow. So today, not much in terms of news. Just early in the morning during the Asian session, we had the consumer price index rise to 7.3% in the New Zealand. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Reserve Bank of Australia meeting minutes. Usually they talk about the economy, about the interest rates, and what their plans to do. We know that Reserve Bank of Australia wants to increase their interest rates, and we're going to just keep an eye on the event when it's going to be announced. We also have from the European side, the European Central Bank letting survey, and later on this week, the focus will be on the interest rate decision. We see that they expect to increase in Europe finally from 0% to go to 0.25%. And the deposit rate decision, it's gonna increase from -0.5% to -0.25%. Okay. I say good morning, Jerry. Hello, Padel. Hello, Raquel. Good morning, T. Great British Pound. It's really fighting to rise. Yes, that's true. We see the charts. They confirm that. So let's dive into the charts right now. So let's start with, I have the S&P here, but let's start with the pound. That's fine. On the 4-hour chart, we see the market make a lower low. Now the buyers, they stepped in and they are steadily pushing the price higher. However, the long-term and intermediate-term trade are still bearish. The big picture, it shows that the market constantly make a series of lower lows and lower highs. This implies short trading. However, now we see the bulls, they start to want to push the price higher. However, this is an important level. It's a resistance zone. You can see I draw it for you here. And maybe we're going to see some bearish reaction from this point. Euro US dollar. Here it's the daily chart. We see that we made a strong impulse move to the downside. Unfortunately for the euro, the price now it's equal, 1 euro equals to 1 US dollar. The price dropped about 20%. Usually we see euro to be around 120. It means you can exchange 1 US dollar. You could exchange 1 US dollar and you could get 1 euro and 20 cents. So you were exchanging less US dollar with more euros. So now we have this one became to 0. So 1 US dollar equals to 1 euro. That's not the best for Europeans and for us in Europe. Okay, especially this affect a lot the countries who want to import things from United States or even from Australia, from Japan into Europe, because they have to exchange their euro into that domestic currency. And it means right now they have to pay more euros to receive the same amount of goods they used to receive 1 year ago. And what that it means as they have to pay more, they're going to increase their price more. So the consumers, they have to pay more. And that's the inflation as we realize so far. Yeah. Do you guys agree with that? Let's go to the Australian dollar, US dollar. This one's still in a downtrend. We see the lower lows and the lower highs indicates the downtrend. However, the buyers, they try to push the price a little bit higher, but there is nothing at this point to get involved. We see here on the 4-hour chart, we see we didn't break the structure of continuation, lower lows and lower highs, and the market stopped making lower lows. Now the market is trying to make higher highs. However, we have a strong resistance around this area. So the best way to trade this market is to just go down to the 15 minutes, 1-hour chart. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. If you go to the 1-hour chart, you're going to see better cycles. You're going to see these waves. You can see here that you have a higher, and this is higher high. You have a low, and if this is going to stay above, it's going to be a higher low. So you can trade the cycles all the way up to here, because here we don't know what is going to happen. Maybe market will react, and sellers, they're going to come in a force into this market. Okay, so sometimes we analyze the market and we don't see trades to trade, and that's fine. At least we understand what's happening. USD Canadian Dollar, we saw a bit of quite bullish events from the Canada recently. So last week, we expect to see some strength in the Canadian dollar. So maybe we can see some bearishness. We keep in mind that this is a support zone. Buyers, they can step in here and push the price higher. If this is not going to hold, then the next level is here, and we can see some buy activity from this level onwards. Okay. USD JPY, the market broke above this ascending triangle. It's a continuation pattern, very clear on the daily chart. So the market retested here. It made another impulse move. Now it's pushing lower. That's a normal consequence of a trend, guys. So don't get scared when you see pullbacks. If you are in an uptrend, it's normal to happen in the market, and that's how the market moves all the time. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. We talked about this bullish pin bar. That was what I call textbook example, market break with a higher highs, push lower around this support, which it became resistant, around this resistance, which became support here, excuse me. Nice entry here, nice stop there. You could make around 8 to 10 to 1 in this market. Some people, maybe they are still holding this trade up to here. Someone asked me for, Cherry asked, can you please check Aussie Jpy? Yes, definitely, we can check that. If you guys are in any trade and you want to see any analysis in any pair you are trading currently, just let me know on the chat below, and I'm happy to do it for you. So let's go to check Aussie Yen. So let's go to the daily chart. Not very clear. On the weekly chart, we can see, remember I told you last week that the easiest way to analyze the market is to start from the weekly chart. You press here on the line chart and you see that the market make a higher high, the market make a lower high here. So we are in an uptrend on the weekly chart and we are approaching this level of resistance. I hope everyone can see this level here, and I will put a resistance line here. When we go to the candlestick, I will rearrange the resistance line to take the whole range of the candle, which is that this week here. Although the market had a week over here, which it looks significant for this pattern, so we're going to put another resistance here. Let's go to the day. We see that the buyers are in control. The white candle closed strong here, so we can see some buying pressure in the market. If we go to the daily chart, we will try to find the series of higher highs and higher lows to confirm the weekly trend. And that's the methodology we apply the last 2 months, as many of you realize it by now. So we have this pattern here. We have these lows, we have this consolidation, but the price now is making higher highs. Can you see that? From this band here, we have a higher high at this point. So this indicates buying pressure came in the market. If we change it to the candlestick, you see sometimes candlestick, they are a bit mess in the chart. So if we use the line chart, guys, you can better see the big picture in the market. So it shows bullishness, this pair here. If we go to the 4-hour chart, it's definitely in an uptrend. We can see series of higher highs and higher lows. You can draw trend lines if you are trading using trend lines. I do. I draw trend lines and channels a lot. So from trend lines, we want to touch the first 2 points, and then we want to see the price bounce around the trend line to initiate new positions. So this still up in an uptrend, this market. Let's go to the DAX 40. DAX 40, we talked about last week that this market didn't manage to break below. It was, we were talking from this point, if you recall, and we were saying that this is definitely a downtrend. Sellers, they are in control. However, they came to retest this support, which previously we saw around beginning of March when the buyers, when the price came here, the buyers rescued the market and they pushed it to the upside. Same is happening here. We see the market put a double bottom and the price is trying to make its way higher. We have this high here. Now, that's a very good example. The market, most likely, it can break this high today, okay, and can close above. We can see it better on the 4-hour chart. That's the high. So if the market, it's gonna close nicely above this high point, we have the first impulse move. We're going to wait for a pullback around these areas here if it's going to come, and we can initiate long positions onwards. The Hong Kong 50, we see this is in a downtrend. Weekly shows that the downtrend is resumed. However, this trend line is broken. Now we have this trend line here, and an area of interest, it's this one here, where we see the market had a bit of support around this level. That was a support, it broke, it retested as resistance, then it mixed a little bit here, and then it retested again as support. Now it broke, so it can act as resistance around this level. And you see how nicely we have the 3 levels of confluence. We have this last swing low, which it broke now. We have this resistance, and then we have this trend line. So around this area here, if the market is going to make it move somewhere here, then we can initiate short positions. Okay, and we can target this area down there. Nasdaq, we are still in a downtrend because we do not have any series of higher highs and higher lows. You see this move here. We have the high. This high, it's lower than that high. This high, it's pretty much lower again than this high here. This is just a pattern where we don't use to trade within this consolidation because it's very low probability. So we're going to wait for the market to show us either a clear break and close above this high point here, so we can have a higher high, and we can wait for a pullback and definitely buy and keep it keep the trade open for a while. If this is not going to happen and the market, it's going to just stop around this area here, we can look for shorts and target these lower points there. Dow Jones, similar pattern, consolidates around this area. So we have to wait for price to either break above this area of resistance or break below this area of support. Bitcoin, we see that today about 6% increase. I saw it from another trading platform. That's why I say the number 6%. Okay. So the buyers, they try to step in. We say that if this is going to break to the upside, we can see the price coming and retesting around these levels here. So there is fairly room for the price to move. If not, and sellers, they're going to step somewhere to push the price lower. We don't know that information. We will just see the price action. This is Ethereum. It's more clear than the Bitcoin because we have a new high now in the market finally, so we can wait for a pullback and buy this market. So on the 4-hour chart, we see that this series of higher highs. So any pullbacks can use to initiate it for long positions. If you are trading XRP, Ripple, similar pattern with Bitcoin, now it broke above this above this high here, so we have a higher high. Any pullback, we can buy this market. So there are few markets to keep an eye on and to trade them. They are trending. They are high probability markets. So we just need to keep an eye on. Someone asked here, Sarkar, Australian US dollar at support resistant, and support. Sorry, it confused me a little bit, your question, but we talked about Aussie USD at the beginning, possible sell. Right now, I wouldn't say that Australian dollar against the US dollar, it's possible sell, because yes, we are in a downtrend. We can clearly see this downtrend pattern. However, we want to sell at an area where we can see resistance. We sell from resistance. And where can we see this area on the charts? We can see it from the previous swings in the market. So a clear swing was this one here. So this is an important area. Retest here, retested once, twice, third time here. So this is an area of interest. Many sales started from this area. So we're going to keep an eye on this area. I wouldn't sell right here. On the lower time frames, though, you can see this as a strong resistance. I just understand it from experience. If you go to the 4-hour chart, to the maybe to the 1-hour chart, you see these highs here. So someone can see them as resistance, but it looks like we're going to close with a bullish engulfing candle, which it's a strong implication for buy. So I wouldn't try to do something right here. Okay, Euro pound. So where is Euro pound? Here. Euro again, Euro cut. Here is Euro pound. Here it's a bit of uncertainty with this setup. On the one side, it looks bearish. On the other side, we are sitting around a strong support. So in these markets, usually I want to see the price to come and retest some of the wicks, which they showed rejection previously. So, and if you use FIB retracement, you draw this swing here, and spot on, our area of interest matches with the golden ratio of Fibonacci retracement, which is the 61.8. So I would wait for price to reach this level as well here. But right now, because the long term, it's the short term, it's down. Right now, buyers they looks to be in control. But again, the implication, it's bearish from the technical perspective. CAT Swiss. Let's have a look at CAT Swiss if we have it here. CAT Swiss, there it is. So on the 4-hour chart from this, it looks like it's a buying pressure in the market. But if we use the daily chart first, we have to, because these swings are not very clear. So it's better to click on the line chart, take our horizontal tool, and around the current price, we draw resistance. Above the price, we find resistance. Above the current price, we find support. Now, someone can say that this is a support, and you are right. However, because these two points are very close by. I will take the lowest because maybe we can have some wicks here and there we have. However, if you can see this wick here with these two tests of this horizontal area, we can identify as this is the major support in the market. Okay, now the technical side, it shows that we have these lower highs and lower lows. So from a technical perspective, is downtrend. From the very intraday short perspective, this is an uptrend. However, be mindful that if you are trading is to the upside and you're going to see even a higher high here, be mindful that this is an important area or zone of interest, because we have this wick here and then we have this big seller candle. Usually the sellers, when they come in force, they still want to initiate positions usually. So be mindful if you are trading into the upside, you have two important obstacles. The first obstacle is this resistance here, and the second obstacle is this area here. So better to lock some profits, take some partial profits, or minimize your risk, however you prefer to use it. Then Euro JP Cola, ask for Euro Japanese yen. So we talked last week about this market. We see these higher highs. We see this market is unable to create high highs. We see this low point here, and we said that we are in a range. Now, in a ranging market, we said it's better if we just initiate positions from the support and we sell from the resistance, nothing in between, because it's a low probability. Maybe at some point here, the market will decide that it wants to sell off. Okay, so, but maybe not. So we don't have a series of higher highs and higher lows continuation pattern. That's why if we want to trade these ranges, I said many times, cut your risk, cut your trade size. It means lower your risk, cut your risk. So, and try to be in and out with short targets. Don't always try to squeeze every pip within the ranges, okay, because it's quite dangerous for traders. Just be mindful, take 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and it's really good for trading within the range. Now, do you guys want to see, we have a few minutes left, do you want to ask me any questions? Are you currently participating in some trades maybe? Do you want to analyze any other market? Do you want me to go through to other pair you have an interest? Theo, how do you set the ability to write on the chart with a pencil? Thank you. So I use a tool, it's called Epic Pen. It's a free tool, you can download it. I just use some shortcuts on the keyboard. That's why I just have it on the other monitor hiding, so it doesn't interface with our chart. So it's this one here. It's called Epic Pen, and it's really useful tool when you draw. Okay, you can find it on Google. Viewers, good morning. Is there a possible sell opportunity set up on the pound USD? We talked about pound USD, but there is a lot of interest today for pound USD. Let's go again back to the chart. possible sell interest. Look, I will keep an eye on around this area here, around this zone. That's on the 4-hour chart because we do have a confluence of few components. First, if we go on the daily chart, we can see that this low here, it can attract many sales around this area. So we can find some price action setups maybe on the 4-hour chart around this area, and it can possibly used for sales, of course. Gold, of course. So we didn't talk about the gold today. We should talk about the gold today. Where is the gold? Okay, so on the weekly chart, we are approaching these levels here. From the technical perspective, guys, this is a downtrend. We see lower lows, we see lower highs. For us technical analysts, we see this as a downtrend, and an area of interest, it's this one here. However, on the daily chart, what do we see on the daily chart? We see this impulse move here. So we want to wait for price to come and retest maybe these levels here to initiate your positions. If you are a more aggressive trader and you use only 4-hour charts, nothing wrong with that. You see here we have a bit of consolidation. The market is unable to maintain lower lows and lower highs. It's just bouncing. If you see a higher high here and you want to initiate long positions because you believe that maybe this market gave everything to the downside and it wants to push higher, then if that's applied to your trading methodology, you can start buying. Right now, it doesn't show any clear higher high pattern. It just break above this one here. So I prefer to see a close above this one and then to start looking for longs. So gold analysis, trade psychology. Sarkov asked an interesting question. Please make a dedicated video on trading psychology. Okay, that's an interesting component of trading stability and profitability. So I'll definitely do that for you guys. Okay, what about gold? William asked, paddle is strong, 250 area morning. Which time frame? Joel asked a question through Zoom meeting. Which time frame do you enter? I use daily or 4-hour charts to enter. Depends where I will see the good price action. If I see it on the daily, I will enter on the daily. If I see it on the 4-hour chart, I will enter on the 4-hour chart. I don't enter on the weekly charts. I don't enter on the hour charts. Okay. Guys, that's all from me today. It was really a pleasure to spend this morning. You are welcome, Nawaz. It was really a pleasure to spend this morning with you guys today. I will encourage you to participate as much as your time allows you to these morning webinars, because as I told many times, I exclusively work at Admirals. We have, from me, you can get 100% all my 10 years experience in knowledge, in trading, and the courses we're going to upload, we're going to start recording soon on the website. We're going to replace Zero to Hero. So please make sure you stick around, or you can watch them if you don't have availability. You can watch the morning briefings when we put them online on the YouTube channel. Make all your questions, guys. Feel free to ask whatever you want related to trading. Okay. Don't hesitate. There are no bad questions. Please feel free to express yourself because I'm here to help you to learn. Okay. So I wish you to have a good morning. Please make sure you subscribe for the webinar I will do, educational webinar I will do tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST time. You can find it on the website. And if you want, I can just share a link with you here. It's going to be easier for you. Just bear with me for a second. Actually, I will show you where to find it as well. Let me share the screen. So we are okay. If you go, guys, to Admirals website, you go to education, Forex and webinars. You can go here, trend reading and trading. You click, you put your email, and you sign up. Okay. Here is the link. Okay. Yes, sure. V-Way, here is the link. I just put it on the chat for both Zoom participants and YouTube participants. Make sure you subscribe and register for all the events so you increase your knowledge and it's gonna increase your confidence at the same time. Okay, guys, time to wrap up. I will see you tomorrow night on the webinar and again on the next morning briefing. Thank you so much. Bye for now.